Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing great. So today we are going to see how we can use and understand the concept of iloc in Pandas. So I'm using the Titanic dataset and we are going to utilize the iloc functionality of Pandas to slice the data. So let's begin. So I have downloaded this Titanic dataset and then I'm loading this data in Pandas with read CSV, and this is the glimpse of the data. So, for example, I want to slice this data on the basis of certain indexing, on the basis of rows and columns. For example, if this is the value I want to capture, then the location of this particular value index based will be one row and zeroth column. So it will be 1, comma 0. Similarly, let's understand another use case. Suppose the age is 47. I want to index this particular value from the data set. So the row index would be 1 and the column index would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be 1, comma 4. This concept, if it is clear, we can begin with iloc. So when we use this iloc, we start with the data frame with dot and then we use iloc. I is for index, loc is for location, and then we apply the square brackets. And in the square brackets, we give two arguments primarily with separation of comma. The first value is the row value and the second value is the column value. Okay, and this is not the naming of the column, this is the number, the index number of the column and the index number of the rows. You got my point. Okay, so if I give the first example, for example, I want to fetch this value. So the row index is 1, so I'll give 1, and the column index is 0. So in column I will give 0 and I'll execute it and I get this value 893. Let's try one more time. Let's get this value. So the row index would be 2 and the column index would be 4 like we did earlier. So df iloc square bracket 2, comma 4 and it is 62. So this way we can apply the iloc functionality if we know a single or if we want to extract a single particular value. But this is not always the case, and the iloc functionality comes with many handy ways of doing and slice the data dynamically. So let's see another way. If I want to not only index only a single value, but I want a whole set of values. Say for example, I want the first row, I want the third row, and I want the fourth row. And I do not want all the values in this row. I only need the P class and I need name, and yeah, that's it. Say for example, I need only these two columns. So how will I extract this? So in order to solve this particular problem, we will give a list of indexes. So this is very interesting. Tf and iloc square bracket and I give a comma. So as we just discussed, if you remember, the first value will be a row and we give a list of rows. So we want first, third, fourth, first, third, fourth. So these rows we want, and we do not want all the columns. We want only two columns, that is P class and name. And what are the index of these columns? 0, 1, 2. So that is 1 is for P class and name is having 2 as the index. So 1 and 2. So I'll type another list. So it is 1 comma 2. Because we don't want this passenger ID, so we are not giving 0 over here. It's only 2 columns. Got it? So I'll execute it and I get these 3 rows that we wanted and these 2 columns that we wanted. Up till, is it clear? So we can move forward and we can see how we can give a range of these indexes without mentioning any particular value in a list format. So we can slice this data in this way also. For example, df iloc square bracket comma. Now before the comma we give rows. So we will give a range of rows. Say for example, I want rows from 1 to 4. I don't want the first row. So I will start with first, and since we do not want any other row after 4, so I will type semicolon and I will give as 5, because in Python the last value is not counted in slicing. So it will be 5 because the fifth is not counted, the fourth will be counted. And then in columns we will give, for example, we need only, okay, let's pick all the columns except the first column. Does that make sense? So I will start with first because 0th column we do not want, and with a semicolon I will give the total number of columns plus 1. So what are the total number of columns? Let's figure it out quickly. Length of df dot columns, and I get 11. So we have 11 total columns plus 1 would be 12, because 12th will not be counted but 11 would be counted. You know why we are giving 12? Because if I would have given 11, then 11th column, that is the last column, would not have been counted, but we want that column, so that is the reason we give 11 plus 1, 12. I hope this is clear. If you do not understand, then you can send me your questions in the comment section. I will try to answer your questions. Okay, so let us execute it, and now we get the required sliced data, that is the first column and the first row are sliced out, and we get the second row to fifth row, and from second column till the last column. So I can do it alternatively. I can remove the 12th, I can just pass nothing, so it will automatically take all the columns. Result would be the same. So this was it in this video regarding iloc. I hope things must have been clear to you. So I'll upload more such videos regarding pandas, tableau, and all the data science stuff that will be handy for you in your day-to-day task and understanding. I'll see you in the next video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Bye.